Hi guys, I'm Zac Djellab and welcome to the Best 11. I'm sitting down with a Manchester United fan and a Nottingham Forest fan to debate and make our Best 11 based on the squads in the last round of the competition. And look, these are two huge teams. There are 9 Carabao Cup titles between them. And so guys, let's get into this and let's make our Best 11. Okay guys, we've got goalkeepers first up. Now, at the moment, we've put down Hennessy versus Heaton because obviously Henderson is a Manchester United player. He can't play against Manchester United in the Cup, unfortunately. How do you feel about Hennessy coming in?
He was in the World Cup, you know, he's got international experience.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, he's unpredictable, you know, you don't know what he's going to bring.
Tom Heaton in goal. I mean, how are you feeling about him at the moment? 19 Carabao Cup appearances for 7 different teams. He's experienced in this competition. He knows what it's about. You feeling confident with him there?
He's got good experience. He's been around.
I'm going to give it to Forest on this one. I'm going to give it to Forest. Hennessy, you're in net for our team. Let's start off at left back because I actually think this is a really interesting position. Obviously for Manchester United, you got Malacia, the summer signing, and for Nottingham Forest, you got Lodi, who is also a summer signing.
I mean, obviously coming from Atletico, Simeone likes to, you know, make sure his players are fit and sharp, fight for the team. And to be honest, in the Carabao Cup, he actually scored a great goal. So I would argue the case for Lodi to go in with the experience.
I feel like you're willing to let Lodi go in this one.
I'm not against Malacia missing out here.
Okay, there we go. Left back position, Renan Lodi. Who would have thought we'd have 2 Forest players and 0 Man United so far? But things might change here because we're moving on to the centre-backs. Let's take the floor of Nottingham Forest first. Talk to me about those centre-backs because how are you feeling they've done so far in the competition?
Joe Worrell's like Mr. Forest, you know, he's the
Loves
guy.
it.
He loves it, it bleeds red. Wouldn't say no to him going in, he's always solid. Willy Bolly, what can I say, he scored the goal the other day. He was immense.
Martinez, he's been solid, he's come in. And I just like his spirit on the pitch. He's just, they call him the butcher for a reason. He's aggressive and he's always up for the battle. So for me, Martinez is guaranteed 100% someone that I would fight for to be starting in the defence.
Let's first talk about Lisandro Martinez. Do we feel like he goes straight into the side with no debate?
I believe so.
I wouldn't argue with that, yeah.
When you win the World Cup, it's a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough to do that. If you had to pick which defender out of the 2, who would you go for?
Willy Bolly, because he was so solid and he scored the goal. So I think it just edges it because we wouldn't be there if it wasn't for him.
Okay.
No way.
You know what? Willy Bolly, welcome to the side. Welcome to the side,
Wow.
Willy Bolly. Willy Bolly's getting in 3 Nottingham Forest players out of 4. Lisandro Martinez is our other centre-back. No more arguments. Let's move straight on to right back. Serge Aurier versus Diogo Dalot is a battle here. Diogo Dalot, talk to me about him.
This season, he's just been impressing me. He's going from strength to strength. It looks like he's becoming a lot more solid defensively, and I like that fight. So for me, I'm a big Dalot fan, and he would go, like, he would start for me.
I like it. Serge Aurier.
He's obviously got experience at the top, PSG, say top Spurs. Sorry, Spurs fans. Still a top, you know,
Hey,
big
you beat
club.
them. Fair
Yeah,
play.
big club. We beat them quite comfortably.
I think I'm going to go with Dalot in this situation. The defence is done. Let's move on to the midfield. Okay then, some really interesting options here. We've got McTominay, Fred, Mainu, Yates, Freuler and Mangala. Now we're going to pick 3 out of those 6 options. You mentioned earlier about Forest players that are born and bred ready for it. Yates feels very much like one of them, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like Mr. Forest number 2, basically. Absolutely loves getting in players' heads. Fight to the very, very end. So for me, I mean, personally, I'd put him in there as that DM, you know, to link the rest of the players and break the play up.
Yeah, I would prefer to fight for McTominay to be in the team.
Okay.
I think you need to have Fred and McTominay in that midfield. I'd say I feel like both of them need to go in there. They've got good experience playing together. They've got legs for days. Like with them in the midfield, it's like having someone behind. So if we're going to have Yates behind as the kind of pivot.
You know what? I'd like to push for Freuler, but I guess if you're going to have 2 players working together, on this occasion, I'm willing to say, you know what? Let's put McTominay in.
I love it. Okay, there we have it. The midfield is settled. McTominay, Fred and Ryan Yates. Not too bad. A midfield that be trying to get people's heads that's for sure. Would not be fun to play against, I think. Okay then guys, let's move on to our forwards. And we're gonna begin with the wingers now because this is where we get into some big money chat. Let's kick it off with the big money summer signing, Anthony. How do you feel about him getting into our right wing spot?
For me, he has to start. For me, football is about entertaining, and he's an entertainer. You can see what he's done for the fan base this season. We watch him, we're excited to see him play. And he has got an eye for a goal. If you see the goal he scored against Charlton, which was actually a wonderbolt, and he scored a goal similar against City. So he has got that in his locker.
Okay, Anthony's going into our right wing spot. Let's get to our left wing spot, because Garnacho is a guy that looks really, really exciting.
Yes.
Obviously, he got a great assist for McTominay in the third round against Aston Villa. He's someone for the future, but also he's playing amazingly well right now, isn't he?
Yeah. No, Garnacho is fantastic. I love everything that he's doing. He's come into the team as a young player, which can be difficult, but he has something about him that he just doesn't care. When he's on the pitch, he just wants to attack his fullback, which is something that I love. So for me, Garnacho should be in the team. I can't say he isn't in the team. He's fantastic. I love him.
He's incredibly exciting. Let's have a look at Scarpa as well, who has only been there not too long, but looks incredibly exciting. He's a player that's become a bit of a cult hero.
Already, yeah.
He's obviously made his debut in the competition against Wolves in the quarter final. I've also seen things as well that he loves skateboarding. He's a skydiver. He can solve a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds. May not quite help towards getting into the team, but definitely makes him fun to be around.
Oh yeah. So he's been just skateboarding around the city centre in Nottingham. To think that someone's come from Brazil as Brazilian Footballer of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm obviously going to go with him, and the legions of Brazilians, back home would agree with me here. I've got to be biased here and go with the cult hero.
I am very sorry to all the Brazilians watching this. I'm going to have to go with Garnacho. I'm very excited by Garnacho. I think he's a player that could become one of the best in the world. Okay then guys, one position left. We're going to be looking at the centre forward, the striker. Now again, we're looking at the previous squad that happened in the quarterfinals. So we've got Anthony Elanga up against Morgan Gibbs-White. Two fantastic players, two young players. Let's start with Gibbs-White, because he, out of all the signings I think this season, has looked electric.
He's just a proper baller, creates chances, just goes past people with ease. And I just don't know what to say, I just think he's an amazing footballer, and also for what he did in the last game.
I was going to say, against his former club, as you as a Nottingham Forest fan, what does that mean to you to see him do that against his previous owners, but also a show kind of represents some fights for you guys?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was great because the penalty that he took, it got me a bit on edge when I saw him step with a hop, and it went in. It was in the corner, so, good goal. The way they sort of responded, fingers in ears. And if you're going to rattle your team like that, we love you for that. He's still rattling them today on social media. So for me, great player. You know what? We love you, Gibbs-White.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's a great argument for him.
I want to go with Elanga, but I know Morgan Gibbs-White is better suited to play in that position.
Gibbs-White into our striker position. A very, very interesting squad here. Any players you would change, let us know down there. Guys, thank you so much. Tune in to the Carabao Cup Semi-Final between Nottingham Forest and Manchester United to see who books their place in the final at Wembley. I've been Zac Djellab, and this has been the Best 11 brought to you by the Carabao Cup.